Crank it up for me real quick.
Crank it up,
I
crank
need
it
a
up.
little bounce.
Crank it up, crank it up. Here we go.
Turn it up just a little bit.
I think I'm feeling myself already, baby. I got my bounce on. Into a Radio Podcast. Every Thursday, 7:30, 8:30 p.m. with your host, Mr. Professor Finessa. And as usual, we got the one and only Sites to Preach in the building. You know, giving the community a voice. Remember, your opinion is your opinion. You will not be judged by your opinion. Yeah, you can always give us a call. 678-300-2188. Or you can email us into radiopodcast@gmail.com. Woo-wee! Into Radio Podcast.
I smell some
We're here.
goodness in here. I smell some goodness in here. I mean, like,
I like it.
It's about to get thick, though.
Whoa.
I mean, when I say thick, I think it's about to get thick. I mean, just give them the topic real quick.
We're in the building.
Hold on. I'm sorry. How your week been going?
Man, it's been interesting, stressful, tough, and all that good stuff. I'm rough and tough and all that stuff.
But you figured it out.
I'm still doing it, babe. I'm blessed and thankful. That's all that matters. We here, got a roof over our head. We good. How about you, Sice? What's up?
Same, cousin. Like, blessed.
And how
you know,
favored.
have my life issues and all of that, but I pushed through it all and making it to the end of the week. I'm here with you, my brother. We about to give them something that they need to hear.
Give them something you can feel. I feel it. Oh, make you feel. That's a feel.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that though because then they gonna steal it. So
I try. All right. So let's get started with what we're gonna call our current events. Most definitely it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Actually, it should be every month.
Yeah.
365 days a year. We want to give a shout out and a prayer to everybody that's going through some type of cancer. You know, we wish you the best. For those who went through it and recovering from it, we definitely wish you a speedy recovery.
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah. So we definitely want to give a shout out to those people that's going through it, not just breast cancer, but all types of cancers, and who's going through it 365 days a year, not just this month.
Right.
Period.
I lost a friend I went to high school with.
Right.
But I never knew she was sick. Very lively young woman.
Right.
One of the coolest people I ever met in my life. And then just to see it from a distance, you know what I mean? And see it on social media that she had passed from that. Like that's big as far as, as far as breast cancer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. But yes, y'all all are fighters.
Exactly. I went through my experience with, my daughter's mom, Tanisha. She passed away from it. May everybody continue to rest in heaven. And it's a tough pill because we can fight it for so much and so long, but it seems to always win. But we do have some survivors out there who fought that battle and came through. So shout out to everyone that's dealing with some type of cancer, especially breast cancer. Okay, so I'm mad. Y'all know I'm always mad about some money. I'm serious, man. I'm not playing with these people. Y'all sitting up there and arguing about who should get what. First of all, y'all say we don't have no money. Then y'all create trillions and billions of dollars. Then you want to be stingy and fight over who gonna sign what, who should get what. What? You cannot be real.
Because money is never real.
It's the root to all evil.
Yeah, I mean, like money is never real. Money is only your friend at the moment. You can save up $1 trillion and pass away 2 weeks later and never get to spend not $1. Everybody else get to enjoy your money. So money, to me, I ain't gonna say it's imaginary because yes, we do need it because that's what we was trying. You know what I mean?
Right.
Money, dollar sign. You know what I'm saying? So I totally get you. Like, but money is horrible.
And the most important thing about it is we have to take the time to really think about what we're doing here. Yeah. We have to vote. Well, you have to vote for the party that you think is going to best or you think have more promising uplifting type of.
I don't think I'm gonna vote. No, because I totally get what you're saying. I ain't even trying to cut you off. I don't think I'm gonna vote. You know why? Because the point you just made. I don't know who's gonna be that good person. I haven't followed it enough. So what if I put in my vote because the minority community is saying go with this person, and this person might end up being worse than what we already had. We don't know what to expect. So
yeah, but
should I just vote?
Well, I think you should vote for the person or the party that gives you the best hope and what you might see eye to eye with them on. So if you feel it's going to be a change in racial profile, go with at least think that, okay, they might make a change. They might help us.
Yeah.
If you're going to see where it's going to be something financially that's going to benefit America, yeah. Then the laws. You got to think about the laws. Like, are these the laws that they're going to create or hold up? Because everybody's trying to, Democratic Party rides a lot. Right. They ride a lot on Barack. And that's fine because he set some good policies. But then you got call, but we have to make a change. Go for the candidate and the party that you think is going to.
No, even when I voted for Barack, I found out things along the way. But from the jump, when people were talking about him, like Obama, I'm like, okay, like what is that?
Yeah, most definitely. So
go vote, people.
Vote for the people who got to vote because it's going to make a difference either way. I mean, just think about what we're dealing with now. Yeah. So just go ahead and get your vote heard. It's your opinion, and we definitely hope you make the right decision because it's going to affect all of us.
Yeah, it is.
Say yes.
But I mean, that go along with the census, don't it? Because they do a census every election. Am I right? Yeah. If you're watching and you know something about this, because I really don't know, I'm really asking a question, but I think you never really hear about the census when it's off election, so they may go hand in hand or whatever. But that still is important. Go ahead, kick it off.
I just said rock the vote.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Rock the vote.
Yeah, I gotta get some shout outs right now, man. We have some people that I met today. I always try to practice what I preach. Sometimes I fall short, but for this right here, we want to give the community a voice, an opportunity to reach out and be Thursday. I got to look good for the camera. Say yes. So I definitely have to. Hey, I make a joyful noise. So what I do is I go out and I get a haircut every Thursday. And I kept looking at this shirt. And I said, I want that shirt. That should be dope on me. Because y'all know, the boy can put it together now. I can put the lady together. So I said, I want that shirt. And it's a sweater. And I told my barber, I said, I got to have it. He said, they got some dope stuff in there. So he had a client before me. So he said, let me take care of him. All right, cool. So I went next door and I was surprised. Because of the neighborhood it was in, it was just shocking because how professional the store was, how it was black owned, and it looked like it belonged to somebody higher up. Literally, no exaggeration. And the young lady that actually owns the shop, her name is Kelly Okora. That's KELLYOKORO.
Shout out to Kelly.
Yes, and I said to her, listen, I want this shirt. I said, but the problem is, I don't think it's gonna be big enough. She said, we got all sizes, So I said, okay. So as I'm looking around, I'm like, wow, this is incredible to see this sister in here. And her father was in there, as I might add. And his dressing rooms. And I'm looking,
it was well put together.
Right. It was thought out. She had the mirrors. She had beautiful couches.
Yeah.
And just from my eye and my point of view, I'm looking like she paid some money on it. Cheers. Yeah. So it was very classy and comfortable.
That's awesome.
She didn't pressure me. So as I went and started telling her about Intune Radio Podcast, and I walked away and said, let me get your information. She gave me the card. We started locking on the phone. And she said, you know what? I'm going to give you this sweater. I said, so what? First she said, try it on. And I tried it on.
Like a sweater? Like
the cut sleeve? Listen, the cut turtleneck.
Oh, the turtleneck.
Blazer jeans. It was dope.
That's a very conversation, but yeah.
So I was like,
turtleneck, fly.
Check it out. So I put it on. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is good. I told her, even if I get some more muscles, throw it into it. So she said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you that shirt. I said, what? She said, I'm going to give you that sweater. I said, you got to be kidding me. She said, I'm going to give you that sweater. And I came home with the sweater, y'all. Oh, my God. So let me tell you, it's Famous Mason. Let me get this right. Famous Mason. Am I saying that right? I hope I'm saying it right. It's spelled FAMEUSE MAISON. Yes. I hope I'm saying that right.
Kelly, if you watching,
right.
You know,
I apologize for chopping it up.
In on it.
It's on Men's Home Clothing Store. It's located at 6030 Highway 85, Suite 235 in Riverdale, Georgia, 30274. You can contact her by phone at 678-677-4633. Actually, speak to again Kelly Okora. And she's the owner. She has an men's clothing store with great prices and deals. So check them out, and you can reach them on all social media platforms. They're also working on a fall fashion show that we will be help sponsoring. So
we're gonna be there.
Yeah, we're gonna and we will ensure you will be safe. We'll have a safe environment.
Okay.
So definitely go out. So definitely go out and check her out at 6030 Highway 85 in Riverdale. And again, it's Suite 232, 678-677-4633. And if she's watching, sweetheart, you are a blessing. I am most grateful for the sweater. I will be bringing business your way. I will be back there myself.
Let me see your sweater.
We're gonna do big things. Oh, I'm gonna show you.
Just show me the sleeves.
I'm gonna show you,
like
man.
You keep talking about
hey, listen, boy. Look, let me tell you. When I put this on, right? Hold on. Let me show the turtleneck part, and it goes up to my neck. So, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. It fits so comfortable.
No.
It's really dope.
Really
like,
I'm
gonna put it together for y'all, but I appreciate her, and I'm most grateful for it. And she, the name is actually French, so I'm trying to use my French voice. I'm a French. I don't know.
Do French people really speak like
Famous Masson?
Famous
Masson. Yeah, you know that's FAMEUSE MAISON, and once again, she's located at 6030 Highway 85, Suite 232 in Riverdale, Georgia, 30274. You can contact her by phone, 678-677-4633. And again, her name is Kelly Okora. And her dad he was a cool dude, man. He's one of the dudes that just sit
that sweater probably inspired by him or something. I mean,
hey man, the whole shop was banging, man. Everything in there was great.
For a woman to do a men's store, like that's dope.
I'm gonna dress this up and send it out so send her a picture. I just want to put her card up there. We'll get it up there later a little bit more, but let me put that up to so everybody can see it. Go check her out. She's definitely a beautiful woman. She's but she has a great spirit, a great heart, apparently, and she's business oriented. We appreciate those type of businesses in our community. Those are the people that we should be supporting.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
And then there was another store that we ran into today.
Jedi Boutique. The unisex store, for your shopping pleasure. You can go holler at Diamond. You can go holler at Jade. The name of it is Explore Greatness. If you're not trying to do that, then this store is not for you, but trust and believe.
Yeah. So
you go and check out Explore Greatness, you will find greatness in this fashion world. You will like what you put together. Check the young ladies out.
That's right. So you definitely be inspired by Jedi Boutique. They are a unisex store for your shopping pleasure, owned by Diamond and Jade. So go explore your greatness and become a better you. Located at 6030 Highway 85 and Suite 224 in Riverdale, Georgia at 30274. They can be contacted by phone at 800-292-2105 or check out the website at it's the name, JediBoutique.net, and on your all social media platforms. The reason why I kept getting that P, listen, this is why I keep getting the P torn up. They are from Mount, they both are twins. You trust me, they got some great fashion. It's unisex, it's beautiful, well put. You definitely go check them out, and they're definitely make sure something nice. And we have some big things. Exactly.
Georgia.
We have some big things coming up as well with them. We're gonna, like I said, we matter. So since we matter, we're gonna push this and we're gonna support each other. We're gonna look after each other. Please go see Diamond and Jade, again located at 6030 Highway 85, Suite 224 in Riverdale, Georgia. And once again, if you want to contact them, it's 800-292-2105. or check out their website at jadaboutique.net. So excuse me if I chopped up that name, but it's JADIBOUTIQUE.net. So definitely go check them out. Okay.
Now, I need the topic. I need to get into
it. It's time. Everybody's ready for this one.
You know, we got more for y'all, but
definitely call in, give your opinion on the topic tonight. The phone number to Intune Radio Podcast is 300. I'm saying it all wrong. 678-300-2188. I do apologize for that. Give us a call at 678-300-2188, and you can voice your opinion. All right, so here we go. This is how it go down. The topic of the night, drum roll, please. Is marriage needed or supported in our society today? Is marriage needed
or supported
in our society today? Woo! I know a lot of people.
When that scene come across my phone, boy, I said, this gonna be the one. This is a great question.
Let me run that by you again. Is marriage needed or supported in our society today? That is the question. So, Sice, you are a married man. Is marriage needed or supported in our society today? Nobody want to marry me, so I'm gonna throw some Sice. He's the married man.
You never know. Is somebody for everybody.
Go ahead.
All right. So what I will say about marriage, I do think marriage is needed for certain people. First and foremost, everybody is different. I mean, people act like. All right. So I hear a lot of people say marriage is a piece of paper, right? But in all reality, would you want a girlfriend handling your life insurance money? You know, God forbid something happens to you, but a girlfriend? I ain't saying that. I mean, either one could do wrong.
Speak, brother.
But, you know, it's certain perks. It's like, how long are you going to play house? I mean, it's something about when you tell people you married, even the look on their face. It could be age. It could be the way you're dressed. It could be where you at. But you tell people you married, it's just a certain standard, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the biggest thing that I could say. I would say also it's needed because it does give you a line of guidance.
Right.
In so many ways, like if you're smart, you're going to cut off certain things to make that one lane, that one thing that's your life.
Right.
So that's how I feel about it. I mean, I don't think society really bigs it up as much as it should. I can honestly say that. Kids are raising kids. I mean, it's been like that forever. But look at the generations. You got kids that could tell you anything on an iPhone. No. I'm just saying. But look who they being raised. Like my grandparents, the time, like they've been married longer than I've been alive. They've been married longer than their kids been alive, of course. But
let me call him my uncle.
It's a great thing to get.
Yeah, they definitely a blessing.
Like, we both, I'm sure, have friends and loved ones that didn't make it to see certain ages that are high points in your life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just take it as a blessing. But yeah, my grandparents, they are old.
Right.
But they still have sense. They still, you know what I mean? They still give off that energy. Everything they give off is love.
Right.
Like when I think of marriage, that's who I think of. And I think that is me. Grandma shouldn't be in the club right now.
Any hoes in this house? There's some grandmas in there though.
Some.
Not my grandma.
Might be great grandmoms in there, and she's 37.
That's true. Well, you know, you said the young. I'm going to say this. I think it's a choice of your own, but this is the reason why. Because I just know two situations right now that I can think of, and one is married with two kids, I've known them as long as I've known them down here to be married. So I've been down here for almost 7 years, right? They had 2 kids through their marriage. They got married, then had their children. Now, some will say that's the correct way. Then we have another family that I know that are not married.
Right.
Same length of time knowing them. They had 2 kids since I've known them, but they're not married. Both men do the same thing. They go to work, and they come home and take care of their family. They come home. One of the women work part-time, and the other woman doesn't work at all. Okay. But the same situation.
Yeah.
But one is married and one isn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
so
I totally get you on that.
It all depends on the individual.
Yeah.
And because everybody don't have to get married. Some people say it's a piece of paper, it's the government, it's the white man, and at the end of the day, it's really you. What does that paper solidify, if anything, for you? So let me say this last point. I'm gonna just speak. Me and my daughter, mom, Kira's mom, I'm a single parent too, my 16-year-old daughter, soon to be 17. Her mother passed away in 2013. We were together 14 years. I dropped the ball. We didn't get married, but at the end of the day, we were together for 14 years.
Yeah. I mean,
but we was never married.
Yeah,
now, to go to what you said earlier, but she left control of everything to me, and I wasn't her husband. But she thought, knew, prayed on that I would do the right thing with everything and for our child. So it all depends on the individual.
Yeah, on the individual.
I can't make you change your mind. You can't make it. All depends on how, like I said, a person, and I say this every podcast, a person is going to do what they want to do for the person they want to do it for.
Every single time. That's just the way reality works.
So I'm listening.
Because that's deep though, but you know what I mean? A lot of people don't know the personal side or the details. So to even share something like that's you know what I mean, that's big.
Appreciate that.
But
that's the difference though. I mean, why do we have to be married?
I don't have it.
And it's gonna hurt if we don't get married. I think, like I said, it depends on
the legal side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you really dig into the legal side of being married, like it does have a lot of different perks, and it's not like perks where you get a discount at a store. You know what I'm saying? Like that, but there's different little things that just change the whole conversation when you talk about married and you talk about girlfriend. Mm-hmm. It's like it's just hell. It's hell high.
Well, do you think? Let's see. Do you think family can influence that in a negative or positive way?
Yes, definitely.
So,
but I didn't marry your family.
Right.
But I married you. I didn't marry your mom, your dad, your sister, your cat, your mouse you had when you were 6. I didn't marry none of them.
You had a mouse since you were 6. Woo.
I mean, I didn't. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not here for them.
Right.
So I'm not going to disrespect them, but
yeah. Like it depends on the individuals. Some people just value what they their parents, their family say.
Yeah, but it's just hard to preach. It's hard to preach certain things. I think. All right, another reason I say I think it's needed because these kids really don't have a big structure. Their main structure is some sort of device. I'm telling you, kids learn more from technology than they really do learn from their parents. A kid might learn how to drive, how to break open in a car by playing a game 5 times.
Right.
And be like, all right, well, let me try it and see if it worked. You know what I mean? But their dad or their mom ain't paid them no attention to know that.
Right.
It don't take much time to groom your kids and you know what I mean, kind of pave the way. I don't have that many married family members, but I wouldn't tell nobody not to get married unless they're already in a bad situation, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, if that's where your heart leads you, cool. But society look at marriage as a check.
Right. Well, to some.
I mean, I know I'm just saying society. Like you gotta think about it. Just hear me out real quick. Cause in society, you hear about some of the richest people that get married. You don't hear about somebody that used to be an actor. He probably still filling extras, and then he married a beautiful woman.
Right.
You don't hear about that. But Zuzu Kardashian got married yesterday. Anything you go on, you're gonna see it on. So it's really all about a check. You never just hear about regular old people. They still handling whatever business and being productive and all of that. You never really hear it projected. They may not want it like that, but if you're that big of a star, they should still be able to take it.
Right. I'm listening. But like I said, once again, it all goes back to a
little bit of information. For
right. But I think it all goes back once again as far as the individual, what that individual will allow and won't allow. Give us a call.
Give us a call.
678-300-2188, where our topic is marriage needed or supported in our society today. Right now, me and Sites is not debating, but having a type of conversation.
It's necessary.
And it can go both ways. I just feel as though, like I always say, it's got to be the mindset of the individual.
You can be married in your heart. Married, is what we make it. This is man-made. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody told us that bottled water is better than the water that come out your faucet. Somebody told us that Jordans were the best sneakers. I don't care how much you got to spend, go buy them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was forced, fed, all of it. So, but marriage is one of them things. So, we're going to say this. Since in 2019, we had
facts
62 million married couples in the U.S.
62 million.
So it was a 40 million% increase since 1960. So just think about the numbers. I said 62 million married couples right now. They can't put 2020 in there because, of course, it's still gone. 62 million.
Is that worldwide?
40 million, yeah, just in the United States. It was a 40% increase since 1960.
Can we?
So people are getting married.
But is it needed? Do you feel like you need to get married?
I think it's.
Do you
it's
need
the
to get
person.
married?
I think it's the person. I'm telling you. Excuse me. Besides, one, I guess your legacy or something to live on.
Right.
Like, somebody like, I passed away, my wife passed away. I want to be here too. Just like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
You
right.
like, it's still the same thing, but you was married in your heart.
Right. Well.
So a ring and it is a piece of paper, but it still goes deeper than that. Because that's gonna be the first person they call for anything.
Right.
You still get you're told the wrong way and you just hurt bad, and who they call? You want them to call your girlfriend?
Right.
Or you want to call your wife?
Well, like I said, again.
One of them ain't gonna pick up.
Okay.
Because she knows he's supposed to be at work.
See, you stepping outside the box now. You putting him over there with Dirty Diana, and he's supposed to be at work.
Saying, that's how my mind went.
Right.
That's how my mind went. Like, ever since I was young, that's how my mind went. It's just like, look at my grandparents. I'm telling you, like, that's the biggest thing. Like, they held it down. Like, they raised generations. You don't see that. They raised a village.
Shout out to Annie and James Green, Detroit, New Jersey. Definitely. Much love goes out to those two.
I love y'all.
Yeah, they don't
so much.
They don't raise everybody.
It's staple. They came from the South and went to Jersey. Young love. That is amazing. They're together right now. They left as teenagers. Come on, man.
That's a different type of beast, right?
That is
because the upbringing, like you said, the upbringing and the raising was totally different. That's when things were.
It was each one teach one.
Yeah, it was different. It was different. So they definitely, there's a lot of families out there and that definitely have stood the test of time through marriages, whether it's 1 year to 100 years, whatever you want to call it. It takes a lot, and I'm sure it takes a lot of work.
Stuff is only needed in our heart because we can need some or we can want some. You know what I mean? The feeling can flip flop.
Right. This
might not say you need it, don't like it, throw it away. I mean, just realistically, you say I need it, get it. Oh no, that ain't it.
Sister Barbara Murray Thomas.
Oh wow, put out flash. Let's get it in. Thank you for calling Intune Radio Podcast.
Hello.
Man, we have your name and the area you're calling from, please.
Hello, my name is Barbara, and
How you doing tonight, Barbara?
I'm doing fine. I was calling because I want to get into this conversation.
Awesome.
I was asked years ago, but at the time, the father wasn't treating me like he should to become a wife. So I made the decision to be a single parent and raise my kids alone. But I have not given up on getting married. It's just that a lot of times single women who are not married decided to wait until the right person come along, because a lot of men do not know how to deal with women with children. And with so much going on, women have come to the point they do not trust men around their children for various reasons. So, with that being said, I'm open for marriage. Look, I'm 49 years old, I'm single, my kids are grown now, so my information is on the podcast here.
Right. Okay.
But what do you feel about women deciding to get married up in age at a later point in their life?
I say don't stop. I mean, everybody need love. Everybody want somebody. Just, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing like at least knowing you have at least one person that's really in your corner. I don't care how old you are. I would say never stop. You know, you just got to know how to balance it. That's you know, that's my opinion. That's my thoughts on it. I would just say know how to balance it. Don't give too much to somebody if they're not giving you the same in return off rip. I need all of that.
Right. I'm just gonna say you're never too old to find your happiness or your happy place. You know what I mean? It could, companionship is needed, and I feel as though no matter how anybody look at it, so it's always good to keep pushing for. And you know, it might be now, maybe who knows. But at the end of the day, don't stop pushing for the happiness that you so rightfully deserve. So never give up. Keep your faith, keep your prayers alive, and open and honest with yourself. And here, when it's right, he'll deliver who you need to be with on time.
You might have to put your mask on and go to the post office or something and just bump into somebody. I mean, I'm just saying, you never know. Love is everywhere. It's fall too.
And don't lower your standards. Don't lower your standards to find happiness either. Keep your standards high. And you know, I know there's a list that you women have, but the things that you know that means most, just hold on to them. And anything else you feel like you could deal with, just I'm hold these for a side. But don't lower your standards to find the individual that's right for you.
Yeah, can't rush it. Definitely can't rush it.
Did she hang up? All right. Well, thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling. We
appreciate your opinion. Intune Radio Podcast. We're here every Thursday, 7:30, 8:30 p.m. You can definitely give us a call on the topic, which is marriage needed or supported in our society today? And that number is 678-300-2188. Sice, we have a question.
All right. So, with all the marriage talk, like you said, do you have to get married? Do you need to get married? What you think the percentage of divorce is with quick marriage?
Unknown caller.
Okay.
Man, I hope this ain't no bill collector. Intune Radio Podcast. May I ask your name and where you're calling from, please? Hello? Oh, wait a minute. We can't hear. What's going on here?
I think it's on Bluetooth.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Intune Radio Podcast. May I have your name and where you're calling from, please? Oh, they hung up on us. Please call us back. I do apologize. Okay.
What you think divorce is Because I mean, we see people happy on social media
Right.
all the time.
Right.
It's either real bad or they make it look real good. I seen a meme or a post the other day. The guy was like in the ocean proposing to a chick.
Oh, he thought about it.
Yeah, but the caption said, "So now I gotta go propose to my girl on the moon. You got boats and water." But I mean,
well, the standards are high for proposals. The standards are definitely high. You can't just drop on the knee in front of the TV no more because it ain't enough. It ain't enough to tell your girlfriends.
You gotta put it in the bottom of a cupcake, on the bottom of a shoebox.
I know that you ain't got enough to tell your girlfriends.
In a car.
So let's see. What is the percentage of divorces to these?
Like out of people getting married.
Mm-hmm. And that percentage. What's the percentage now that people are getting married as used to do right off early? What's the percentage?
All right, so since 2019, as of right now, 62 million people that are married.
62 million. So 62 million
that are married.
That are married.
Yeah.
And to percentage of how many that the divorce ratio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, out of 62 million people.
So
what you think? Like we just going?
I'm say half.
Yeah.
I'm say half. It might be more than half.
I mean, they saying it's 39%.
I say I was close.
But
I said it might be more than half.
But you 11 points off.
You wait. I said 31. I said 31. I said half or more. So 62%, and I'm saying 31. I was close. Do I get? Yeah. I get an Intune radio, but yeah. Because the simple fact, because it's a lot of things that you might not learn, and a lot of things you might not agree with your partner as time goes on. Sometimes people get married too soon. Some people stay too long, and that's another thing I wanted to bring up earlier. Sometimes in those percentages, do we actually or should we get married or stay married for the children? So that's why I say a lot of that is factored into a lot of do we get married prematurely? Do we stay in a marriage too long?
But then what is prematurely though?
You just don't know the person. You don't know the individual. You're going on maybe lust more, or you think I'm in love than the facts that lay in front of you. Okay, he ain't shit, she ain't shit.
Yeah, but you have people that have really, quote unquote, fell in love from first sight in our.
Well, still, it's wrong.
It's like a 1 in a billion.
Right, you can have a long, everlasting marriage, or you can have one short because, okay, we jumped in too quick and we didn't know what we was doing, or I didn't find out this.
But you can never know when it comes to marriage.
Unknown caller.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah. Why not just put it on vibrate? I
don't know what's going on with anything. Thank you for calling Intune Radio Podcast. May I ask you speaking and where you calling from? Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Hello?
I don't know that. It's different.
Okay, hi, Drea.
How you doing, Drea?
I can't hear you.
Hi, Drea from Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, yes. I think marriage is necessary in certain instances, especially when kids are involved.
Turn up a little bit.
And a lot of people stay married because of the kids. What's important is if you do divorce, hello?
Yeah, we're listening.
So if you do stay married just for, if you get a divorce and you still have kids, it's very important to co-parent, but sometimes that doesn't happen because parents are still bitter or whatever. So that takes a toll on the kids. But I think it's better to stay married for the kids and just try to work it out, because it really bothers the kids. It could take them into a mental state that they can't control.
Okay, let me ask you this. If you two decide to stay together, we stay together, don't you think because of maybe until you get to the point where you guys can work it out, because it's going to be a challenge, but until you get to the point where you possibly work it out or don't work it out, you don't think that is going to be shown, or the kids not going to see that part? Do you think they're going to be affected by that? Like, I feel as though they're going to be affected because they're going to see what's going on. Mommy or daddy not that happy or as happy as they used to be. So what do you think about that? Do you don't think that's going to impact?
Well, they don't see it regardless, even if you split.
Right.
I've experienced it. So regardless if you split or stay together, it's still going to bother the kids. But what's most important? Do you want to raise someone, your kids to be, from my personal experience.
That's okay. Go ahead.
My ex for her. But if we're not together, and if you get remarried, then that your significant other is interfering in that affects the kids. So the kids are at risk.
Can I ask you something real quick?
Huh?
Can I ask you something real quick?
Yes.
But why force a relationship? Because you saying
I'm not saying force it.
If you're doing it for your kids.
And of course, and if the person's not happy, of course, just get a divorce. But you still have to have a good relationship. And you got to think about the kids. Is it that serious to divorce?
You do.
Because some things it's not. And then you regret it later.
Yeah, but you don't think you'll regret later still dealing with the same
I can barely hear you.
You don't think you'll regret it later that you're still dealing with the same person that you didn't want? Just for your child, like for one, in order for your child to be right, in my mind, I gotta be right. I
can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I can barely hear you. Like, it's really low. You're like muffled.
That's a sexy voice. Speaking to the mic, brother.
You can hear me now?
What?
Can you hear me? She can't hear me.
Still the same. I can barely hear you.
She can't hear me. I don't know what to do. You gotta finish that one. I don't know what to do.
It's Andrea, right?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So your thing is they should stay together and they shouldn't get a divorce and they should stick it out and try to work it out.
Well, it depends. Cheating. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Me, my personal experience, I've been cheated on.
Oh,
I was willing to work it out.
He kept doing it?
Because guess what?
He kept doing it?
No, it was only one time.
Okay, calm down. Wasn't me.
Oh. Be quiet.
But he cheating for a reason.
No, it was only one time.
He cheating for a reason. There's a reason. He's not just cheating. It's something he's missing. So why keep pushing? You forcing a relationship?
Yeah, you cheat for a reason. But
you forcing a relationship. That don't make sense. My point was that I was trying to make before you couldn't hear me was, why would you force a relationship with somebody you don't want? If you're not right, your kids is never going to be right. Like, I ain't saying you wrong, but why stay?
Okay, but
why put
some
yourself
people
through
cheat,
it?
and guess what? They have regrets later and want to change, but by then it's too late.
Right. You're right.
You know, remarry somebody and have a whole different life. How are we supposed to come back from that?
Okay, that's good. Okay. Well, caller, thank you for calling. We appreciate your opinion.
Definitely appreciate you calling in. Thank you.
And thank
You're
you
welcome.
You have a great night.
You too.
Thank you. Intune Radio Podcast. May I have your name and where you're calling from? Everybody's delayed. Hello, Intune Radio Podcast.
Sound like everybody in their living room home comfortable. That's what's up. Corona free. Be safe out there.
Hello, caller, you there?
Hello.
Yes, Intune Radio Podcast. May I have your name and where you're calling from?
This is Lala from Georgia, Fairland.
Hi, Lala.
Hi, how you doing?
All right, and yourself?
Hello, Lala.
What's going on?
Not much.
So this is a great topic. I'm sorry I sound winded. I just got off the treadmill.
Thank you.
But so is marriage necessary in this day and age? Is kind of the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my answer is it totally is. And I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who was married for 13 years, divorced. I'm listening to what that young lady just said. I think her name was Andrea, about staying married for the kids, and I totally disagree. My two sons were old enough, they were young, but they were old enough to see a dysfunction and be able to identify it. So for me, it was a twofold decision to get out of the marriage because one, I didn't want them to grow up thinking that dysfunction was what was normal and what they should grow up to be like. And two, your kids are going to grow up to have their own lives.
Mm.
I'm still young enough and hot enough to find happiness and find a husband that deserves it.
Okay.
So with that being said, I made the decision to end my marriage. Now, I'm not jaded to the point where I don't want to be married again.
Okay.
A big part of my belief came from what I learned during 3 sessions of marriage counseling with my ex-husband. I think part of the reason why society is so jacked up is because marriage is no longer considered, it's more like a commodity. It's not a necessity. You don't have to get married. You do what you want. Again, you know, I know you keep saying everyone has their own opinion, and that's true. Everyone has their own opinion.
Right.
However, my opinion is that God designed marriage because he designed for 2 people to be together. And those 2 people that are together are supposed to go out and help disciple and change the world in his name. So when you think of the reason for marriage, the reason that marriages aren't working is because people don't remember what the fundamental reason that they're getting married is about.
Mm.
It's about putting God at the forefront of your marriage and allowing him to change both of you to be more like him, to love each other more unconditionally, to be more forgiving. It's 2 imperfect people becoming one under God. So because society has totally secularized it, and it's no longer about God and about what his plan is for your lives, for the society that we live in, which is obviously going to hell in a handbasket yesterday. You know, it's become just something that it's more of a contract, which is human, than a covenant.
It's just a
It's
check.
spiritual. So when you go before God and you take a vow to love someone, to death do us apart, do all these things, sickness and health, that is ideally what it's supposed to be like. I mean, if you imagine 2 people, and I'm not saying that any relationship is perfect, no relationship is perfect. You're going to argue, you're going to have disagreements, you're going to hate each other sometimes, I guess, hopefully not, but, you know, it's not about perfection, it's about striving for perfection. It's not about being perfect. It's about finding a person who you're willing to work with to the point that you're going to try your best to love them unconditionally. You know, I hear a lot of women talk about the submission thing, and like submission is an evil word. Submission is not an evil word if you understand what it means biblically.
You're supposed to submit
Because
to
you as a
you.
woman are supposed to be your husband's helpmate.
Right.
You are not supposed to be the leader of a household, and that was one problem I had in my household, in my marriage. I didn't want to be the leader. I'm not made to be the leader. I'm made to be a helpmate.
Okay.
But the other part of that is why it's important to choose the right husband, which I obviously didn't, is because you want to be submissive to someone that is able to lead you and your family effectively. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. So Lala, let me ask you a question. So on both levels, financially and maybe emotionally, I guess you can say that. Do you believe, do you think, what's your opinion on marriage as a business?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the first part of the question. I heard you say about marriage as a business.
Right.
What was the first
I
part?
said, what is your opinion on that?
Well, there's definitely a financial aspect to marriage. I'm not trying to get that. You know, finances are actually the number one reason that people divorce. So finances are certainly
Really?
important. And there's a
People
business
say that.
aspect
I don't
of the
believe it.
household has to be run, which includes the
I
husband, the
said,
wife,
yeah,
and
but I
their
just
children.
don't believe
So you can't neglect that there are finances involved. But finances shouldn't be the basis of the relationship. It's important though, because we live in a society where we have to eat and live and have a roof over our heads and a car and all that other stuff. At least, you know, in America or whatever. So to an extent, it is a business. Well, to an extent, there are business aspects of it. I still don't think it's a business. It's still spiritual covenant. That's what it was designed to be. It was never designed to be a business. It was designed to be a union between 2 souls.
Okay.
Good point.
Okay. Well, Lala, we thank you for the call. Most definitely. You sound
Definitely
like you can
appreciate
definitely be a great woman off of your experience. And I always say, you know, as long as someone is speaking that good music, then, you know, that's a positive thing. So we definitely appreciate your call.
Right. Definitely appreciate it, Lala.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Good
All right,
night.
have a good night.
Keep tuning in.
Ooh, she said it, didn't she?
Yeah,
Said
what?
I agree with her. But see, this is what we got lost at. Women became demanding of certain things, and they wasn't giving. I always say, give me the same energy you want, but they want more energy out of you, even financially, than they're willing to give.
Yeah, but I don't agree with the most marriages or whatever break up because of finance.
I don't either.
Because,
It's either
I mean, you and I both know.
Cousin Train Green at Cousin Train.
Okay.
All right. Intune Radio. This thing is. Hold on 1 second here. Intune Radio Podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
Double O, Black Mass Records.
Black Mass Records. What up, cousin?
What's going on?
Hey, man, cousin. Hey, listen, you on site, y'all put together a hell of a show, man.
Appreciate that.
Lot of good dialogue. Every single one point of view tonight, which I understand.
Appreciate that. Yeah,
But,
definitely.
on the finance tip, I understand where the women come from. It goes both ways.
Definitely.
And it was brought up that site there earlier about, you know what I mean? Why would you stay with a person if you're not happy?
Yeah.
A lot of women with the bag, but tend to shut down on a lot of men. So a lot of men end up going out and finding themselves.
Yep.
I don't think a couple is meant to stay together forever. They fall in love, they fall out of love.
Right.
Definitely.
Shit happens.
Yeah.
You know? The definition of being married, I understand it, but I don't understand the commitment for life to death do us part. I figure we ain't come in together. We might be good soulmates for a certain period of time in life.
Okay.
That's a good point.
And light might just go out. Here's what we do.
Very true. That's very true.
We definitely appreciate
I
you.
mean, I got a question. What do we do when the light go out?
I mean,
And we try everything.
It has to be an understanding. You know, once you bring that to your partner attention and let them know, like, the flame has went out, and, you know, they try to, hey, well, we can do this, we can do that, what can I do better? Nothing. Then at that point, you got to realize, this woman is done with me.
yeah, we might just have to be friends.
You have to be adults about it.
Yeah, like maybe we'll come back.
It might hurt.
Now.
It's going to hurt. And you might not get over it.
Yeah.
Well, look, caller, thanks for your call. We got to go. We got another caller.
Thank you.
And we're going to get at you, Black Mass Records.
Listening, Black Mass Records.
Intune Radio Podcast. May I have your name and where you're calling from, please?
Booming tonight.
Yes, I want to actually remain anonymous.
Okay, Miss Anonymous.
I was just calling to touch on the financial part of the marriage.
Right.
When you guys said that finances are the number one reason for divorce, I totally agree with that, because a person may pay for everything, you know, throughout the years, all the years that you're together, and, you know, it's just like you become mentally drained and exhausted, you know?
Right.
So if one person is just doing everything, and, you know, after a while it's just like, oh, I'm so exhausted of doing everything.
What is everything?
I don't know, you know?
That's still the
And then
individual.
all you get when you talk to your man about it is he says, well, I'm doing what I can. It's like, well, I'm doing what I can too, but geez, meet me halfway, you know?
She's like, meet me halfway. Well, it all depends on what you're going to tolerate and what you can stand for. like I said, it might not be always for the financial side, but then in that case that you'll bring it up, if you're not going to pull your weight the way I'm pulling my weight, or it's hurting me more, then you might need to step away for that reason until they're ready to see and understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, you're right.
But don't you think that, like, if one person is, like, doing everything, and after, like, 12 or 13 years go by, it's like the same thing, and you're like, well, gosh,
Well, if you wait,
want to change, or is it comfortable, or?
well, if you wait 13 years to figure out if somebody gonna change, then you need to go look in the mirror, because this ain't anime here. As soon as you slap, you haul ass. As soon as you get hit, hey, I can't. No, ain't no second chance to do this again. But if you wait 13 years to say, hey, bro, that mortgage due for 13 years, you go right ahead. Hey, listen, Anonymous, we gotta go, Anonymous. We gotta go. Thank you for your call, your opinions. Greatly appreciate it. You have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Ooh, it's nice. This is what I like. She said, hey, after 13 years, baby, if you waited 13 years for him to, hey, that's on you.
Definitely.
So we definitely having some good conversation. But our time has come. Oh my God, this is crazy. If you didn't catch a lot of this, or if you did, go back over to our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you can definitely check us out on there on all social platforms. Oh man, we got the trivia questions. So I'm gonna run that real quick before we go. So in 2007, the movie Norbit, everybody's seen Norbit. What is owned? I think it's Pope Sweet Jesus. Was owned by Pope Sweet Jesus and Lord Have Mercy. And Norbit, what was owned by Pope Sweet Jesus and Lord Have Mercy?
I don't know, but I'm gonna say it was the dance thing.
The dance?
Yeah.
What? They ain't own no dance thing.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans was in there.
We was coming on the house to see Retribution. Yeah. Okay. So it's in 2007, the movie Norbit. What owned? Who owned?
Oh man.
What was owned by Pop Sweet Jesus and Lord Have Mercy?
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody call in real quick.
If you call in or hit us up in the comments or one of our social medias, and we'll definitely take care of you, give you one of those Intune Radio Podcast t-shirts, mug, or you can get one of our face masks. But listen, as every Thursday, we'd like to thank you for joining in to Intune Radio Podcast. We're here every Thursday, 7:30, 8:30 p.m. I am the one and only Professor Vanessa, along with my co-host, Slice the Creature. And once again, go check out Famous Mason, FAMEUSEMAI. You can be contacted at 678-677-4633. Also, you can check out the young lady Jediah Boutique, which is also located at 6030 Highway 85, Unit 224 in Riverdale. So we'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. You have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your week. And remember, contact us. Hit us up in the comments. That number is 678-300-2188. Also, you can catch us on YouTube as well as Instagram. And you can email us at intuneradiopodcast@gmail.com. Thank you all for joining in. You have a great night and enjoy your week. Sice, we out.
We out. Intune Radio.
Intune Radio. Let's get it.
Yo, your hair be really small.
My hair? You said my hair?
Really
He's a hater. Don't be no hater now. I still look good, bro.